It's been a long time coming, but we're finally going to talk about this. What's up everyone, this is Joshua, Future Filmmaker Reviews. I talk movies, TV, music, and anime, giving you guys my thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The newest video game adaptation that we have. This is the second attempt at the Mario Bros. Movie following the 1993 film. This is directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, who did Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which I was not a fan of. This is based on the Nintendo character of the same name, written by Matthew Fogel, stars Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Keegan-Michael Key, Seth Rogen, Jack Black, and Fred Armisen, and this is produced by Universal, Nintendo of America, and Illumination Studios. This movie serves as an origin story for the brothers Mario and Luigi, and two Italian plumber brothers, Italian-American plumbers who get transported to an alternate world and become entangled in a battle between the Mushroom Kingdom, led by Princess Peach Toadstool, and the Koopas, led by Bowser. When his brother Luigi gets kidnapped, Mario has to learn to be a hero and team up with Princess Peach to go save his brother from the clutches of the evil King Koopa and Donkey Kong himself. If you guys are new to the channel, all my social media links are in the description box down below to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all my social medias as you're seeing on the screen, as well as my Cash App. If you'd like to send any money there, if you'd like to send anything from my Amazon wish list, you can do that as well. So with that being said, we're going to talk about this. Be sure to like the video, comment down below what did you think of the recent Mario Bros. Movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere right in the middle? How do you feel about it? Let's talk about it and let's have a friendly conversation, because I know this movie's been getting a lot of mixed reactions. I know John Leguizamo's kind of been tearing this movie apart a little bit. It's been all over the place with critics, but audiences have really enjoyed it, and this is one of the highest grossing movies of the year. So let's talk about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Going into the new Mario movie, this was in my top 15 most anticipated movies of 2023. I was really looking forward to it because it was another chance to bring Mario into the film world, and maybe he gets the movie he properly deserves. I am a fan of the 93 movie. For all the issues that movie has, I definitely do like that movie. I have a lot of fun with it. It is one of my go-to guilty pleasures, but it does have its flaws in terms of the adaptation. So going into this, Illumination, they have a pretty hit and miss track record. Some stuff I like, some stuff I hate. Video game movies are starting to find their footing with the Last of Us show and the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. So I went into this pretty curious to see what they were going to do. I was worried about some of the voice cast though, because I did think some of them would not fit. But seeing the trailers and then seeing the voices, seeing what this new Mario movie was going to be, all of my fears went away when I finally watched the new Super Mario Bros. Last month. Finally here to talk about it a month later, and I can simply say I had a fun time with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. This is not deeply plot. This is not some high intellectual animated movie. This is a simple enough hour and 32 minutes of fun adventure with everyone's favorite plumbers that's been around since the 80s. And it's easy to see why this movie is making the money it's making. This is the highest grossing animated film, the highest grossing Illumination film, the highest grossing movie based on the video game, and the highest grossing movie of 2023. So absolutely no reason as to why this movie is being as successful as it is, and why they're gonna do more of it.
You got it, dude.
So What works for me in this movie? The big praise I can say about this new Super Mario Bros. Movie is that I just appreciate that this movie is fun, has a lot of energy inside it. And for some people, from the criticisms, that's not going to be enough for people. Some people are going to expect more out of it. But when you go into a movie like this, you definitely have to know what type of movie you're getting yourself into. And I just thoroughly enjoyed the fact that this was a fun, simple movie that didn't take itself too seriously and that knew exactly what it was. That's what I really enjoyed with this movie. It felt like you're watching a new Mario Brothers movie in terms of being respectful, and it went for it. I very much appreciated that, and it was very great to see a fun little movie like this that is just pure fun escapism. Nostalgia factor playing into it. If you are a die-hard Mario Brothers fan, you are going to appreciate every little Easter egg that this movie throws at you. This movie wastes no time when it comes to any of that. You get references from the games in the movie, the music, of course. You get music cues from the games, like the condos themes from the games. You get is big influences like the games. You got a lot of fun nostalgia factor in there, and I just appreciate the fact that this movie is very nostalgic. It makes you feel like you're a kid again playing Mario. I haven't played all the Mario games, but I have seen and played enough of the Mario stuff to get fully brought onto it, and so for that, I definitely appreciated what they went for there. This serves as a good origin story for the two, to portray them as blue-collar guys. It focuses on their backgrounds and how they don't give up in spite of mistakes. And there's a lot of inspirations for it. Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Bros. 3, all of that. So it looked like it was definitely going for that, and it knew what it wanted. Also, I have to say, the animation in this movie is very vibrant and very colorful. Lots of Mario stuff you will know from the games. It's very nostalgic, very colorful, very creative, very entertaining stuff. It's very fun. I love the way the worlds look. The city of Brooklyn, Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser's Tower looks. All of that. If you're a Mario fan, there's so much Mario references in this, especially with the animation design. You could tell that the directors, Illumination, and the filmmaking team and the animation team, they took this $100 million budget and they ran with it. They made it look flawlessly beautiful. There are some very funny moments in this movie. There's a lot of funny moments in this movie. There's one moment especially, which I'm going to talk about when I talk about the cast. But I laughed a lot in the movie with some of the humor. Some of the humor I got, some of it wasn't all that funny, but I pretty much appreciated what this movie went for. It did not want it to be some gross out humor. It wanted to be humor that's good enough for families, and that you get that in this movie. So you definitely could, what you come for is in terms of humor side of the film. The voice acting in this movie I think is pretty solid for the most part. There's some well done fan service, of course, really solid voice acting. The music is also, I'll get to it, but I think the voice acting in this movie is really good here. I love the voice acting here. Each of the voice actors here does really good here. Chris Pratt and Charlie Day were the two biggest surprises. I thought they had very good chemistry as Mario and Luigi, and I thought they did very good here in the roles. Mario, of course, is the determined one, while Luigi is the more timid one. And Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, they don't have the Italian accents from the games, but it's just plain in the movie as to why they don't have them. And that I definitely appreciate going forward when it comes to this movie. They knew exactly what they wanted to go with when it comes to that side of things. Chris Pratt definitely surprised me. I thought he was fun as Mario. He doesn't have the accent But you do get the classic stuff from the games like the Wahoos and the plumber power and such. I thought he and Charlie Day did such a good job in here. Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. He is an anthropomorphic mushroom from Mushroom Kingdom resident, who his species is also named Toad, and I didn't even know it was Keegan-Michael Key. His voice was so unrecognizable.
With the way he talked like this in the entire movie, yeah!
It's like, that was Toad. I felt he's very adorable, very cute, and all the people in Mushroom Kingdom were very adorable in here. Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong's dad. You got Spike in there. Kevin Michael Richardson is Kamik. Also has some cameos from the voice of Charlie, Mario and Luigi himself, who voices their father. You also have their mom in the movie. I did like seeing that side of things with Mario and Luigi. Jack Black as Bowser, the king of Koopas. Jack Black, this is the most craziest and fun I've seen to Jack Black. I've always liked Jack Black as an actor, but in this movie, he just gets to have fun with this. He has fun. He does not shy away from it. He knows what type of movie this is. He's a fun choice for Bowser, and he's very cool. There is one scene in this movie in particular with him. This was actually written for the movie where he basically just sings the song about the princess, which I thought that was really funny and pretty unexpected. Considering the fact who is voicing the princess, you definitely understand Bowser's part. And when he's just singing Peaches, that should be at least considered to be a Oscar nominated song next year. But he professes his love for Princess Peach. The directors, the editor, and the song producer, they all liked it, and it was Jack Black's idea, which was very good on him because I definitely loved that song, and it was just hitting the Billboard charts. That was really hilarious. I love that part.
Peach, understand, I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 peaches.
But for me, the standout of this entire movie is going to be Anya Taylor-Joy. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. She's a great actress. Ever since The Witch, I've always thought she had potential in her. But here, she definitely is proud to have $1 billion hit to her name. I loved her in movies like The Menu last year, and I can't wait to see her as Furiosa. But her as Princess Peach, they do make her a little bit more different here. She is, of course, not the damsel in distress. She's more of a badass Princess Peach, but I appreciate that when it comes to this movie. She was very fun. Her voice is like a mix between Jennifer Lawrence and Ellie Kemper. And for those of y'all who's gonna say they made her into a girl boss, they did do that in the games. So that's not really a criticism. All the voice acting in this movie I think is great. Animation, of course, is very top notch, as I said. Action scenes are very well done, with my favorite scene being Mario Kart in the Rainbow Road. That was a lot of fun. I just geeked out watching that when I saw that scene. A lot of the references from the game that people will know, you will definitely get that in this movie. This movie does not shy away from that. And I definitely really enjoyed of the score here by Brian Tyler. It's definitely very much like Mario. Great Easter eggs in that. And for an hour and 32 minutes, I got through it. It was fun. I had fun with it, and it was just entertaining. Going into my issues with this movie, of course, this is not a perfect movie. Some of my issues when it comes to criticisms, I did not enjoy Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. I'm sorry, I'm not the first person who said. I certainly will not be the last person to say this. I feel like this was a very bad casting choice on this part. And he's came out and said that he's not a voice actor. And I think that is a bit of Illumination's fault. I feel like someone else could have voiced the role and it would have made it much more awesome for me. He looks great. I just felt like Seth Rogen didn't bring it as Donkey Kong. It just felt like it was listening to Seth Rogen instead of, he didn't really commit himself to the world of Donkey Kong. Definitely very light on character development in the story, and some people has used this excuse as it's just a kid's movie, which I can understand, but at the same time, when you have movies like from DreamWorks and Pixar, and when you have stuff like Into the Spider-Verse 5 years ago, where you get to be into action, but you also get to care about the characters, yes, people do expect more out of their animated movies, and honestly, I will have to agree, it needed a much more tighter plot, and we needed to care more about some of the characters stuff here. But again, it's not trying to be deep deconstruction there, so I can definitely understand to a certain degree why they chose not to do that. But overall, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is fun. It's nostalgic. If you're a Mario fan, you'll like it. There's some fun animation, there's some very creative moments. I did like some of the voice acting here, aside from Donkey Kong. And it is easy to see why this movie is a big hit at the box office, because when you respect the fans of the game, you get stuff like this. And I will have no problem seeing sequels to this. I will have no problem seeing a whole Nintendo Cinematic Universe. I had fun with this movie. It's definitely still in theaters, so definitely go see it. And it will be on VOD in a few coming up weeks or so. But overall, this was fun. And I enjoyed myself. If you're a Mario fan, definitely watch it. But if you're someone who's looking for plot and story and characters, not going to be the movie for you, but maybe you can end up enjoying it. I'm going to go ahead and give this an Epictastic. Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. I will have my channel here, so you would like to see anything here, click the channel icon, subscribe for more. I will also leave a video and maybe a playlist here, so in case you want to see what I'm about. As always, stay Epictasticness, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.